So as you know, the whole purpose of Motivational Monday is to get us going. We've come off the weekend, we're back into our routine, and sometimes we need a little pick me up. And so the whole purpose of these Motivational Mondays is to either help our mind get going, our body get going, or just a little shot of adrenaline in the arm. So again, welcome, Motivational Monday. We're focusing on a topic that honestly is truly the foundation of any real change. So what I'm really talking about is resilience and the power of consistency in building lasting change. So now, if you've listened to my talks in the past, you know that this is foundational. But you're probably someone who also is working towards a specific goal. I know that you have certain fitness goals, you have certain health milestones that you want, or possibly you're just looking to become the best version of yourself. So whatever you are on for your own personal journey, resilience and consistency are going to be your best friends. So today we're going to really dig in and look at what it means to stay consistent and why resilience is the key to lasting change. So by the end of today's talk, my goal is for you to be able to walk away inspired to take on the week with a renewed focus on those small, consistent actions that add up over time. So let's really talk about resilience. What even is resilience? It's not just about being tough or bouncing back. It's truly about showing up, especially when things aren't going perfectly. So there's a lot of talk out there about the importance of motivation. And motivation is great when it's there. But we all know that motivation comes and goes. So what matters more is the day in and day out consistency. So think about it. Motivation truly gets you started. But consistency is what keeps you going. So I remember when I first started my business here, and I thought that motivation was enough. And I was all gung-ho, I'm ready to get going. And then it's about the grind. Because truly the only reason that I'm talking to you here today is because of all those days that it was truly a grind, and it was more about showing up each and every day than about this big level of motivation that just keeps pushing me forward. Those small, consistent steps have the power to really change everything. So what do those small actions really mean? Why do they matter so much? When we're working towards a goal, whether that's improving your health, building strength, managing stress, there's actual science behind why consistency is so powerful. It's like compound interest. I've talked about this in the past. Every small action that you take builds on the last one. So the daily effort might seem small, but over time, those actions add up in a big way, even if they're small actions. Our brains are hardwired to respond to repeated actions. When you practice a new habit regularly, your brain forms neural pathways to make that behavior easier to repeat. This is what eventually we'll get into in the 4% Club called neuroplasticity. It's truly how we learn in our lives from an infant all the way to now. And it's why every time you stick to a healthy habit, you're literally rewiring your brain to make that habit a natural part of your life. So think about it in fitness. This concept shows up as a progressive overload. It means you start with what you can handle, and over time you increase the challenge. You add more weight, you add more reps, you add more intensity. And this gradual approach isn't just effective, it's sustainable. You're building a foundation one day at a time, and that's exactly how you create lasting change. So let's bring this idea to life with some real-world examples. We often look at top athletes or high performers and think that they just might have something special, something that we don't have, some innate talent or endless supply motivation. But more often than not, they're just masters of consistency. I've talked about David Goggins in the past. And if you're not sure who that is, just Google him. You'll see that he is a master of consistency. He's known for pushing his body and his mind to the limit. But he didn't just get there because he's motivated. He got there because he's consistent. Day after day, even when motivation is gone, he shows up. It's the small daily actions that have allowed him to achieve so much. Whether that's run ultra marathons over 200 miles of consistent running, whether it's breaking the push-up or the pull-up record of like 4,000 pull-ups in 10 hours or something like that, whether it's him becoming a Navy SEAL, a Ranger, and some Air Force tactical special forces, he's the only person that's done all three in the military service. So you truly look at his mindset, you would never know that the guy at one point in his life in his 20s, he weighed 300 pounds. So this isn't just something that happens to athletes. Right here in our community, you see consistency every day. I think about the clients who come into my clinic with chronic pain, people that have felt that they'll never, ever reach a strength goal. They show up regularly, they work hard, they trust the process, and now they're in a totally different place. They're in a healthier, stronger, more confident, all because they committed to that consistency over the long haul. So let's be real for a second. Staying consistent is not easy. Life gets in the way. You have setbacks. Motivation dips. So how do you keep going when it feels like the odds are stacked against you? And that's where we have to talk about mindset. One of the biggest shifts that you can make is really focus on progress, not perfection. This means letting go of the idea that every day has to be flawless, because let's face it, it won't be. Life isn't perfect, and that's okay. What matters is showing up as best as you can with everything that you have every day. Some days you feel great. Some days it'll be a struggle. But each day you make the effort and you're strengthening, what are we talking about? Resilience. Resilience. Another great tool is to track your habits. There's something powerful about seeing progress visually. Maybe it's a habit tracker or a checklist. But tracking your actions keeps you accountable. You're starting to build momentum, and that momentum builds confidence. That's why for me, I prefer people to weigh themselves every single day. That's why people that weigh themselves every day lose weight without changing a single bit of nutrition or activity. Solely the accountability of knowing they're weighing themselves in helps them throughout the day with the choices that they make, whether it's food or activity, because they know they're going to weigh themselves in the morning. That consistency is what helps. But overall, celebrate your small wins. Don't wait for the end goal to acknowledge your effort. Every time you make a healthy choice, you stick to a habit, you're moving closer to your goal. It's like stacking bricks, building a stronger foundation every single day. So acknowledge the work because it matters. So here's where it gets exciting. I want to challenge you this week. Think about one small action that you can repeat every single day. Something simple, something that doesn't take a lot of time, but can make a big difference over time. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water as soon as you wake up. Or maybe it's a 5-minute stretch before bed. Whatever it is, keep it very small and manageable, but commit to doing it every day. This is your chance to experience the power of consistency firsthand. And I challenge you to pick that one small action, commit to it, and track it for the entire week. And remember, you're not doing this alone. Share your commitment in our 4% group. My goal is for us to support each other and stay accountable because, as I've always said, we're stronger together. So when I post this replay, I'll post it and I'll pin it to the top of the 4% board. And underneath, I want you to reply to that what your one small action for this week will be that you want to develop the power of consistency. Again, it doesn't matter what it is. The whole key is, will you be consistent with it? And now we're training neuroplasticity. So let me wrap this up with a final thought. You know, there's a quote by James Clear. I love it. And I think it perfectly fits with what we're talking about today. He says, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Your system is what you do every day. It's your daily habits. It's the small actions. It's the little steps that make up your life. And when you build those systems on consistency and resilience, that's when real transformation happens. So this journey that you're on, it's not about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about creating a future that you are proud of, one small action at a time. So don't underestimate the power of consistency. Trust that each step that you take, no matter how small it is building the person that you want to become. So overall, thank you for coming on today. I love that you guys that come on here live. I don't always post every one of these replays, but I believe that part of you that keeps coming on here is building resilience. It's building consistency. You commit to doing it every Monday. So remember that resilience is a journey, and every step that you're taking matters. So keep showing up for yourself. Let's make this week one of consistency and resilience. And I can't wait to see what you guys accomplish, not just this week, but moving forward for the month and the month after that. So again, have an amazing week. And I'll see you either at 4% in the gym or maybe just next Motivational Monday. All right. Thanks, team. Good to see you, Betty. Thanks for coming on.